Welcome to my production, esteemed guest. My name is Colin Prewitt, and I will be your host. Please, take a seat. This will take some time. Everyone has some desires, something they want out of life. It is only human, after all, to have desires and wishes. But what prices would you pay? What would you be willing to trade to fulfill these desires, have your wishes granted? What would you do if you were given the chance to have what you wanted? What would you do if you were given the monkey's paw? Please, stick around while I tell you a story.
It's strange you never mentioned him before, Frank.
Who, Tommy? You wouldn't have known Tommy Morris. He worked in the warehouse at Glasscock Sawmill. I think Jeff and Mary Winton did too.
And he left?
That's right. Couldn't stand the machinery. We used to cut everything by hand back then, but one day they brought in 3 giant bloody machines that did 10 men's work in half the time. Tommy couldn't get over that.
You managed?
I had no choice, Martha. It was either that or no job at all.
You could have joined the army, same as Tommy.
That's what Tommy wanted me to do. But I couldn't, could I? Had my old man to look after, and by the time he died, I'd met you.
You don't regret that, do you?
Of course not. What's all this about? Ever since I mentioned Tommy Morris, you've done nothing but nag and ask questions.
I'm sorry.
He's an old friend. We were close when we worked at Glasscock.
That was 21 years ago. You haven't seen him since.
What difference does that make?
I'm not sure. It just seems strange to me that a man who spent all those years in Africa and places like that should want to settle back in a small place like this.
It's his home, isn't it? Where else would he go?
Well, I wish you had consulted me before inviting him here.
What's the matter with you, Martha? I meet an old friend at a bar, someone I haven't seen for years, and I invite him home for a drink. Is there something wrong with that?
No.
Then what's gotten into you?
I don't know, Frank. Cult fancy, if you will. It just gives me an uneasy feeling. There's something not right.
Something not right. Now, what kind of talk is that, Martha? If you see a black cat in the road, it makes you uneasy. 2 crows in a bush send you into hysterics, and when Teddy Johnson lost a back tooth 10 years ago, you were convinced he'd be dead in a week. He's 19 years old now, and he's still running around like he's a 2-year-old.
Maybe.
What you need is to go to Africa yourself. Might broaden your outlook.
I'm perfectly happy where I am, thank you. I don't need to go anywhere else.
Are you sure?
Yes. I've got a nice roof over my head, and I've got my son. What more do I want?
What about me?
Oh, we have each other. That goes without saying.
Does it?
Frank. Frank,
Yes.
I'm sorry if I offended you. I don't mean to. And you are happy, aren't you? Content?
Yes, rather. I'm content. It's just that you spend your whole life doing the same thing day after day, and suddenly a door opens and you wonder what you missed. You should have heard his stories, Martha, the places he's been to, things he's seen. What have I achieved? After 40 years at Glasscock, what have I got?
You've got everything, Frank. You just don't realize it since you've met him again.
Martha,
No, Frank. He's got nothing. Neither chick, nor child, nor a roof he can call his own. We've got those things.
I haven't got this house yet. I still owe $12,000 on the mortgage.
Don't worry about that. In a few years from now, that will be paid off.
On my pension?
We'll manage. What we've got is solid, Frank. It's safe. We don't need anything else.
Yes, Martha.
Frank, we'll be fine here. Just hold on to it.
Yes, Martha.
Mom? Mom!
Yes, Herbert, what is it?
Have you seen my clean jeans anywhere?
They're in the dryer.
I can't see them.
Then check the basket.
Alright, I've got them.
Everything's fine, Frank. We've got everything we want right here. Say it, Frank. Please?
Yes, Martha. We've got everything we want right here.
There. Your move.
Thanks. What is that noise?
That's our garden gate. The hinge is broken.
Must get around to fixing it.
You've been saying that for ages. Oh, I settled a buddy of yours today. At least I think it was him. He was standing in the yard outside Glasscock.
Doing what?
Oh, nothing as far as I could see. Just staring at the warehouse wall.
Probably thinking of the time he worked there. That's all.
He's an odd-looking character.
What's odd about him? You're getting as bad as your mother. She hasn't seen him at all yet, and she has the heebie-jeebies. Would you like a drink?
Oh, no thanks. You go ahead. I have a night shift at 12 and I need a clear head for the cutting machine.
You know, Tommy hated that machine from the first moment he saw it. And you know what he did? He stood right up on the folding bench, raised his 2 hands in the air, and cursed it 3 times. He left after that.
I totally am, Mom. He probably cursed you too for not going with him.
Now, why do you say that? There's no way I could have gone with Tommy. He knew that. Maybe if things had been different, I would have gone with him. No point thinking about that now. Cheers.
Cheers to...
Beauty.
How old was he when he left Glasscock?
Oh, I don't know. About your age, I think. Old enough to join the army, anyway. Why do you ask?
Just thinking.
About the army? Now you forget about that. The army's no place for you. Do you want to kill your mother? She'd never forgive you if you did that.
I can't stay in Glasscock all my life, Dad.
I did. Yes, I know it's boring.
It's more than that. All we do there is cut wood, chop, chop. The wood is fed in one end of the machine and iced down in the other end. And where there are enough planks, I take them. Chop, chop. God, you go mad doing the like of that.
A few more years at Glasscock won't do you any harm. After that, you can do what you like.
Yes, Dad.
Just work.
Hey! Checkmate. Your king is trapped.
Not my night.
Doesn't look like anyone's night the way this weather's shaping up. Do you think he'll come?
Tommy? Yes, I know Tommy. If he says he'll come, he will. We were that close.
Come on. We meet again, my old friend.
It's pouring outside. Come in. You must be soaked. Here, let me take your coat. My son, Herbert, was wondering if you would venture out at all on a night like this, but I knew you would.
Oh, it's rough enough.
Come on into the living room and get some heat in your bones.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Here they are. I told you he would come, didn't I, Herbert? Tommy, this is my wife Martha and my son, Herbert.
Hello.
He works at Glasscock.
Yes, I saw you today.
Oh. At the window?
Where else, boy? Good evening, Mum. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Evening.
Sit down now, Tommy. Pull yourself up to the fire and get some heat in your bones.
Oh, that's very nice.
Would you like something to drink?
Whiskey.
I have a fine bottle of scotch if you'd prefer that.
Whiskey. Enough for me.
Certainly. Whiskey it is. And how about you, Martha?
No, thank you.
Then it will just be the two of us, Tommy.
Like old times. The boy not drinking?
Oh, not tonight, Mr. Morris. I have a night shift at 12 and I need a clear head.
The machines?
That's right.
Those machines ought to have been blown up. I cursed the first one.
That's what my father told me.
Here you go, Tommy.
Oh, thanks. Cheers.
Cheers, old friend.
You know something, boy?
What?
When I worked at Glasscock, we made things by hand. There's an art in that. There's no art in a machine. When that monster moved in, I moved out. I could have died there.
My husband hasn't died, Mr. Morris. He's made a good living out of Glasscock.
Is that a fact? Glad to hear it, Mum. A content man is to be admired. I've never met one before.
You look content yourself, Tommy.
I did what was right. I always did that.
My dad says you've been to Africa.
I have. And many more places besides.
And have you seen lots of strange things, Mr. Morris?
I have.
Tell us about them, Tommy.
That would take a lifetime, old friend. The burning sands of the Sahara Desert, the Notre Dame in France, the jungles of the Congo, and other things too. Along the northwest frontier, men dead with bullet holes in their eyes and their tongues torn out. Men with their legs blown off and their arms scattered before them. Seen all those things and many more, not fit to imagine.
That's enough. I don't want to hear any more.
But, Mom!
That's enough. I don't want to hear about those things. Nobody does.
You're quite right, Mum. It's not fit for this company. Perhaps you would be more interested in a small bit of magic.
Magic?
Uh-huh. It's something I picked up in Africa. Would you like to examine it?
What is it?
Well, as you can see, nothing extraordinary. Just a monkey's paw.
Oh, it's horrible.
Hey, look, it's withered.
Mummified.
Let me have a look. It's peculiar, all right, and it's magic, is it?
That's right. It belonged to an old figure who lived in Africa. And this man, a holy man he was, lived on the highest mountain in Africa for 40 years. During that time, he never closed his eyes to sleep, never spoke to another living human being. He only had with him one friend, a monkey. And when that monkey died, the old man devoured the flesh and scattered the bones to the four winds. He did, however, retain one part of the monkey's paw, and he had that mummified.
And this is the paw?
It is.
How is it magic?
This old man believed that fate ruled people's lives, and that those who interfered with it did so to their sorrow. So he cast a spell on the monkey's paw that threw these separate men, with each up to 3 wishes from it, at their peril.
Did you have 3 wishes?
I did.
And were they granted?
Oh yes, they were granted.
Has anybody else wished, Mr. Morris?
The first man had his 3 wishes. Yes. Now I don't know what the first 2 were, but the 3rd wish was for death. That's how I got the monkey's paw.
The man died?
With his mouth twisted in his skull. It was like he had seen something.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Well, if you've had your 3 wishes, it's no good to you now. Why do you keep it?
Fancy.
More than fancy, I think, Mr. Morris.
If you say so, Mom.
Can I have it?
No, Frank. If fancy is all it is, then Mr. Morris has no further use for it. Throw it on the fire. Burn it.
If that is your wish, Mom.
I have no wish, Mr. Morris. It's entirely up to yourself.
Then, so be it. There.
No! Let me have it, Tommy. Let me have it.
I threw it on the fire. If you keep it, don't blame me for what happens.
I won't. Show me how it works. Show me.
Very well. Hold the paw in your right hand and wish aloud. But I warn you of the consequences. Your wife there is witness to that.
I'm no witness, Mr. Morris.
3 wishes.
That's correct, old friend.
Let me see. I can think of it. I don't know what to wish for. Herbert?
I don't know, Dad.
Martha? Come on, love. What do I wish for?
Nothing. You don't need anything. You know that.
Everyone needs something, Mom.
I don't. I've got everything I need right here, Mr. Morris.
If so, I envy you, Mom.
Yes, I believe you do. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have things to do in the kitchen. Good night, Mr. Morris.
Mom,
Oh, sorry about that, Tommy. Martha gets upset very easily.
it's of no consequence now.
Well, he tells a good yarn, I'll tell you that one.
Did he leave it behind?
The monkey spa? I offered to buy it from him, but he refused.
What did he say?
He said I'd have to ask him for it 3 times, and that was all that was required.
He wanted rid of it.
You think so? No way of going about it.
He hates you, Frank. I could see it plain.
Martha, for God's sake, the man is my friend. He held my hand when he left and put his arm around me. He's just a bit strange, that's all, and why should he hate me?
I have no idea, but it's there. That man bleeds hate. He came for one reason, to give you that paw, and now you've got it. You're a foolish man, Frank.
I was never that.
Then burn the paw.
No! I won't give in to that nonsense.
You'll rue the day. I say you'll know. It's 11:45, time Herbert was leaving for work. Herbert!
I'm coming, Mom.
It's 11:45.
Yeah, I know. I'm on my way. Are you too sullen about that monkey's paw?
Your mother is.
You really didn't believe all that rubbish, did you, Mom? Well, I'll admit he had me going for a while.
And me.
I know what I'm saying.
Well, you can easily test it out. I mean, make a wish, and if nothing happens, well, that's it.
You think I should?
You know what I think.
Here, wish for a case whiskey, Dad.
If I'm going to wish for something, it's going to be more than that.
Oh yeah, I know. You still owe $12,000 on the house. Wish for that.
Now that would be useful.
Well, go on, Dad.
Alright, where is it? Here it is. Now then, was it the right hand he said?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. I wish for $12,000.
What is
Jesus
it, Frank?
Christ.
What's wrong?
It moved. It touched my hand like a snake, and it moved.
Oh, I didn't see anything.
Nor me.
Didn't you hear it?
Now let's have a look at...
Don't touch it. I never saw anything like it.
I think that whole thing is insane.
What do you mean, insane? You're the one who believed in it, and it moved, I tell you.
I didn't see it. It was just your fancy. I told you to throw it on the fire.
Wish I had.
I'm going to bed. Time you at work. Good night, son, and God bless.
Good night, Mom.
You coming, Frank?
In a minute.
Well, don't be too long.
Well, I have to be going too, Dad. Hey, you'll probably find your $12,000 under your pillow when you go inside, and something horrible on top of the wardrobe watching you pocket your ill-gotten gains. Night, Dad. I'll see you in the morning then.
Good night, son.
Night.
It moved. I know it moved. I will say, it's extraordinary the way things affected during the night and in the cold light of dawn. It does seem a bit silly.
What did you do with the paw?
I don't know. It's in there somewhere. I'll get rid of it later.
You should have gotten rid of it last night.
Oh well, no harm done. Is Herbert not back from work yet?
No, he's probably doing a bit of overtime. He said he might do an extra for a few hours.
Good for him. Mind you, that extra $12,000 would have come in handy, all right.
We're better off without it. Would you like some tea?
Might as well. This gate has fallen to pieces.
Been like that since we came here. The wood's rotten.
Oh, why don't you finish with your washing?
I finished my washing, thank you. I'll make some tea.
Ugh. Wood's rotten. It is 2. Morning.
Good morning. Mr. White?
I am Frank White. What can I do for you?
My name is Adrian. I'm employed at Glasscock.
All right.
I'd like to speak to you for a moment, if I may. Is your wife at home?
She's in the kitchen making a pot of tea at the moment. Do you want to speak to her too?
I think it would be best.
Nothing wrong, I hope, sir.
Could we go inside?
Yes, of course. You'll have to excuse the mess. It's been raining all night and there is mud everywhere.
Quite all right, Mr. White.
Martha!
Yes, Frank, what is it? I just finished. Oh.
This is Mr. Adrian from Glasscock. He says he wants a word with us.
Oh, you have to excuse me. Is anything the matter, sir?
I was asked to come. I'm sorry.
What's wrong? Has something happened to Herbert?
Now, calm down, Martha. Don't jump to conclusions. What is it, sir?
Is he hurt?
Badly hurt, I'm afraid. But he's not in any pain.
Oh, thank God for that, then.
He was caught in the cutting machine, though.
Cutting machine?
I'm not sure how it happened, but from what I can gather, he was talking to the other man about a monkey's paw or something like that, and he leaned back and fell under the blades.
Blades?
Blades?
Your son is dead, Mrs. White.
Herbert! Oh, God!
I'm
Oh, my God!
extremely sorry. I really am only a representative, but the firm wishes to convey their deepest sympathy to you both in your great loss. I am also instructed to say that Glasscock disclaim all responsibility. They admit no liability, but in consideration of your son's service, they wish to present you with a certain sum in compensation.
What? What are you saying?
I'm sorry, ma'am.
How much?
$12,000.
Frank, wake up.
Martha? What is it? What's the matter?
The paw. The monkey's paw, where is it? What have you done with it? You haven't burned it, have you?
No.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. Why didn't I think of it before? Why didn't you think of it?
Think of what?
The other 2 wishes. You only had one?
Wasn't that enough?
No, we have one more. go and get it and wish Herbert alive again.
Are you mad?
Where is it? Where is the monkey's paw?
It's there in the cupboard drawer.
Hurry, turn on the lights. We've had one wish granted, why not the second?
A coincidence.
Turn on the lights.
Martha, listen to me. He's been dead 10 days. Besides...
What?
I didn't tell you before. His face, when they went to identify the body, everything. He was destroyed, Martha. The face cut off and there was nothing left. I could only recognize him by clothes. If it was too terrible for you to see then...
I don't care. He's my son. You think I'm afraid of my own child?
I won't do it, Martha.
Oh, yes, you will. And you know why? Because you killed him.
Martha!
That's right. If you hadn't made a wish in the first place, my son would still be alive. You killed him. Now I want him back.
He's dead, Martha. It's blasphemy.
Then kill me. Wish me dead. I won't live without my son.
Martha.
Get the paw. Hurry!
Yes, what?
Have you got it? Is that it?
Yes.
Then make a wish. Wish!
I wish...
Wish!
I wish my son alive again. May God forgive me.
Oh, Herbert. Oh, my poor Herbert.
Huh?
What was that?
Rat in the yard. I saw it earlier. He won't come.
He'll come. I know my son. We're that close. It's Herbert!
No, Martha, please. What are you going to do?
I'm going to let him in. What are you holding me for? Let go of me. I must open the door.
No! Jesus Christ!
Herbert!
For God's sake!
Let go of me. Herbert, I'm coming. I'm coming, Herbert.
God!
Damn you. I want my son. Oh, my poor boy. My poor child. Herbert.
Paul.
Oh, Frank, come
Paul.
help me. I can't open
The
the
monkey's
door.
paw. Where is
I'm
it?
coming, Herbert.
Paul.
I love you.
where-
I'm coming.
Oh God.
Wait for
Help me
me.
find it, please.
Oh, Frank, come
I have
help
to find
me.
it.
I
I
can't
have to.
open the
Oh
door.
God. I have to wish. I have to.
I'm coming, Herbert.
I wish my son dead.
Herbert?
My son is dead.
My poor Herbert. My poor Herbert.
Thank you for listening to my production of A Monkey's Paw, adapted off of the BBC radio production for Fear on 4, off of the story by W. W. Jacobs. Tonight you heard Mr. White, played by Connor Wilkerson, Mrs. White by Nicola Peck, Herbert by Tucker Schaffer, the representative was played by Mason Scott, and I played Sergeant Morris. My name is Colin Prewitt, and I thank you for joining us. Have a good night.